Smart 24, driving business.
Yes, we'll be back from the break, and this is Smart Business. I'm Joe Marije, and here with Masi Katime, and we're driving your business through all the way. And maybe to remind you that all these discussions in today's show are proudly brought to you by Zabu through, this is a platform for Maltex through which you can actually be able to purchase bonds and securities for just 15K, 15,000 Ugandan shillings. Now the markets open at exactly 8:15 a.m. and they run all the way to 3:15 p.m. That is East African time. And this is effective Monday up to Friday, apart from the weekends and the public holidays when these markets cannot be accessed. But of course, that's not the big deal. At least you have the rest of the days to capitalize and make money, something which I believe is quite key and important when it comes to your financial development as an individual. There's a reality for you, and this is also regardless whether you have a smartphone or you have a button phone, you can still participate in buying bonds and securities with this market. And that's why Zab boldly comes out and tells you that it's your money, it's your future. And Altex East Africa tells you that, well, you need to do something new for yourself. Remember, it is 2023. Well, like I told you that today's point of discussion is focusing on cybersecurity, and also to remind you that it's the Cybersecurity Awareness Month. This happens globally every first week of this month of October. And now, of course, it has been impactful in a number of ways, the Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Because, it's important to have something, but when it has results, And we see that the Cybersecurity Awareness Week has been impactful in a number of ways, and it has helped to increase public awareness, that is of cybersecurity, first of all, cyber threats, and educate people about how to protect themselves. That is, in so many aspects of life. Now, this has also helped to promote collaboration. That is between organizations, that is in the public, and the private sectors also at the same time with the cyber security issues. But we've also seen it being impactful globally to a number of countries and also on the African continent. How has it been impactful to the global scene, according to this report here?
Well, of course, according to this report, we see that a research carried out was found out that 72% of Americans are aware.
70% of Americans are aware about cybersecurity.
That Cybersecurity Month, Awareness Month,
yes.
And of course, 62 say they have taken steps to improve their cybersecurity as a result of this Awareness Month. So, 75%. That means the rest of the percentage is maybe still lagging. So
still lagging, and it's small.
It is small.
Big,
So, if a country like America, because for them they are more advanced in technology, so people have to be well versed with this whole idea of cybersecurity. But then in Uganda, now that we're also advancing and progressing, people have to be in the know.
People have to be in the know,
Because we've seen even corporate entities, even in Uganda, if you have been under attack. So how about we start with
even
banks recently. So how about we actually, I don't know the percentage, maybe we shall have something on that, the percentage of which Ugandans are embracing cybersecurity. Yes, cybersecurity. That will give us an assessment on how much we need to go. But I don't think the percentage actually is even more than 25%. I don't think
so. It's actually increasing a little bit.
It's increasing. It's increasing.
It's promising.
Yeah, it's promising. But then, like I said, it all starts with your mobile phone. Your mobile phone, to your computer, to the big organizations, to the big companies. So they have to be aware of what is coming.
What is coming.
And what is coming. Have data protection officers, have data cybersecurity professionals in your organizations.
By the way,
there has to be a
certain... to add on what you're saying, I want Ugandans to know actually that out there, there are opportunities which are equivalent to 3.5 can I say 3.5M opportunities that are available for cybersecurity professionals out there.
Yesterday you showed me an advert on
Yes, on a bank, and the bank is looking for a data protection officer. That is all cybersecurity. You know, so in the career space, I mean, this because if you Uganda now, this is going to be exposing you to. To the international corporations out there that are actually looking for data protection officers. You know, because hacking, because I remember on the World Economic Forum some time back, they talked about issues to do. There is a threat that in the future, at some point, what if we woke up one day and we've all lost our money in the bank?
Oh, yeah.
You go to the bank account and the bank tells you we don't have any of records that show that. So there are threats about that, and that's why data protection is something very key and very active right now. And if you get in here and you're trying to ask yourself, I'm doing IT, where should I specialize? Man, cybersecurity has, of course, I'm not deciding for you. I'm just telling you what's on ground out there. There is actually market for such careers for that. Maybe just to add on that, in matters to do with the Cybersecurity Awareness Month, in 2022, over 100,000 people participated in the Cybersecurity Awareness Week. That is events in Africa. So we are trying to see how impactful
100,000 people.
It is 100,000.
Out of the millions that we have.
Out of the millions, 1.4 billion, because Africa has a population of 1.4 billion.
Wow.
But at least if you can have that, and of course they will come back and spread the message to the other people, you know, through that, because not everyone is going to do cybersecurity at the end of the day. Now, in South Africa, the Cybersecurity Awareness Week has helped reduce the number of cyber attacks on businesses by 20%.
Wow.
Yeah, by
South
20%.
Africa.
This week we're in, the Cybersecurity Awareness Week.
Just in this week?
No, not this week, but ever since the launch of the Cybersecurity Awareness Month, businesses in South Africa have, the rate of attacks have reduced by 20%. So literally, the week is impactful. Let's not really undermine the possibilities that can come out of the way. And in case of any events that are organized within your country, your location, your area, I mean, it's quite very key, and it's quite important that you actually be a part of them, you participate in them. Now, in Kenya, taking a look at Kenya, the Cybersecurity Awareness Week has helped to increase the number of people using strong passwords to 50%.
We talk about strong passwords.
Yeah, I've been talking about strong passwords here. I mean, avoid using passwords about your birthdays, your daughter's birthday, your girlfriend's birthday, your wife's birthday. I mean, that is all quite risky. And most, actually, research also reveals it that 65% of the victims of cyber crimes are such people that use easy passwords. Daughter's birthday, wife's birthday, your name, and so many actually. Yeah, I mean, it's all rotating all around that. The biggest victims. So you get to find out that actually you may not really need to incorporate complicated cybersecurity measures to curb that. But the simplicity and listed basics, understanding what nature of passwords I should use, simplicity of that, and before you know it, you're seeing an impact in terms of a reduction in cybersecurity. You may not really have to invest in firewalls because they might be quite expensive, you know. Okay, this is Kenya. The Cybersecurity Awareness Week helped to increase the number of people using strong passwords by 50%. Now, in Nigeria, the Cybersecurity Awareness Week has helped. That is to raise awareness of phishing attacks by 70%. Now, of course, we shall be explaining the phishing attacks later on as we're winding up the show. We get to understand what really they are. Now, of course, as we see a report here, the Cybersecurity Awareness Week has been successful in promoting that is cybersecurity education in Africa. And it's clearly stated that in 2022, over 50,000 students in Africa participated in the Cybersecurity Awareness Week, and that is educational training programs, 50,000. So these are all people that are moving out there to ensure that they can participate in the cybersecurity career.
Yeah, well, of course, talking about the phishing attacks, I'm seeing here in 2022, last year, 3.5 billion at phishing attacks were recorded. 3.5 billion.
It's globally.
Globally. So imagine this cyber attack is in form of fraudulent emails and texts, that appear to be from a legitimate source. So you get maybe a notification and see a pop-up coming in, and like, oh,
this is emails
job ad, and of course, what you don't know, if you ascertain to it and say you have agreed, boom, everything is up there.
Amazing. But even on top of the Cybersecurity Awareness Week, there are institutions that have been established in different countries in Africa
for cybersecurity.
Wow. And now, of course, education programs, not institutions, but still, these are programs that are offered in different institutions, even in Uganda inclusive. Now, the Nigerian Communications Commission has partnered with Cybersecurity Experts Association of Nigeria, that is to develop a cybersecurity curriculum for secondary schools. So do you see that it's becoming compulsory in schools? And that is that's why you see now certain nations as the future, as we're heading into the future of data protection, data privacy, and all those aspects, these are the countries that are going to actually be great. Grossing off big because of the labor they are training right now, such that by the time, there is huge demand, they can actually capitalize on that. Now, this is what we call being visionary. Now, the Kenya ICT Authority also partnered with the Kenya Computer Society, that is to develop a cybersecurity training program for small businesses. We saw something here today in the news, something to do about SMEs, which this is actually relates to this aspect of Kenya partnering with the computer. The Kenya ICT Authority partnering with the Kenya Computer Society to develop that training for cyber awareness. I think it's been in the Daily Monitor. Page 6.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Experts tip 100 mid-sized companies on cybersecurity. Yeah, on cybersecurity. Very key and important, and let us see how effective these programs will be. Now, of course, even South Africa, we can't leave out South Africa, which we see that the South African National Cybersecurity Center partnered with the South African Information Technology Industry Development Agency, and that is to develop a cybersecurity awareness program for the general public. So you can really see how all this is really impactful in that way. But still, to add on that, we need to understand what are those renowned cyber attacks we've had globally that have been quite outstanding.
Yeah, we could actually start with our very own, of course, probably Uganda. There was Stanbic Bank, for those that did not know. Stanbic Bank in 2021, Stanbic Bank was targeted by the phishing attack. Of course, attack sent fraudulent emails to Stanbic Bank customers that appeared to be in form of legitimate source. Now, these emails contained malicious links that, when clicked, like I said, you initiate, you'd be like, agreed. You agree. Installed malware on their customers' computers. The malware gave attackers access to customers' bank accounts where they were able to see the money. Remember now, you see the one that we had, the equity saga that we saw yesterday?
Exactly.
Yeah, that is how they do it. So they hack into, so if you see a pop-up, you're like, this is Stanbic, let me just approve. At the end of the day, you tell the money is not in the bank.
Okay.
Yeah, so that means these institutions, these banking institutions should have strict firewalls, protect people's money. At the end of the day, the blame is going to be on the bank. So there has to be, actually, I think there has to be an office, maybe like of a team of 6 to 10 people on that. Specifically on that. Then we have NSSF as well. Last year, they also were targeted by the ransom attack. Of course, the attackers encrypted the NSSF data and demanded a ransom payment in exchange for the decryption key. Imagine.
Decryption key.
The decryption key. Now, SSF refused to pay the ransom, of course, and was able to restore its data from blackouts. Like we've been talking about it. Me and Godwin say, have backups, people. Have backup your data. So you see, they're actually saved by their backups.
The backups.
Yeah.
Well, that is a very, very, very interesting in that way. And you see, there are quite a number of cybersecurity cases that have actually, cyber attacks that have happened to different huge institutions, corporations within our country again, but some have not been reported simply because maybe there is fear of some of these institutions, of their reputation in the public to die. But we are hacked on a daily basis, so it's quite a personal responsibility. And now, of course, taking a look at the African perspective, because Mas has been telling us some of the key, remarkable cyber attacks here. In 2022, there was a ransomware attack on the South African Revenue Service, that is which caused millions of rands.
If you realize, actually, most even
damages.
in URA was attacked, even Kenyan revenue authorities. So authorities, these revenue authorities, are usually under attack.
Okay.
So I think they have to.
So literally, they are.
There has to be an
can I say
where there is money, there has to be an attack.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So can I say they are the stakeholders that actually need cybersecurity services?
Yeah, they need it
to big
more.
extent, banks, and maybe even intelligence.
Yeah.
Intelligence
does
agencies,
need it.
because people know what they can do with information.
Yeah.
People trade information for money, for some huge money. Now, we see here, still here in 2021, a cyber attack on Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation caused significant disruptions to the country's oil and gas sector. This is just previously 2 years back when this incident actually happened and all that. So, it's very quite important that we take this as a personal responsibility. Now, still in 2020, a phishing attack on Kenyan government resulted in theft of millions of dollars. So governments have also been key victims when it comes to cyber attacks. Yeah. So it's something that we need to really take deliberate effort. Let's be watchful. Watch in everything you do. But definitely, when we return from this, we're going to get into a break. We shall be now dwelling into aspects that deal with cybersecurity as a personal responsibility.
Smart 24, driving business.